Everyone was warned, but no one listened. A rise in temperature, ocean patterns changed, and ice caps melted. They called it extreme weather. They didn't know what extreme was. In the year of 2019, hurricanes, tornadoes, floods, and droughts unleashed a wave of destruction upon our planet.
Do you want to know what it is?
Information.
Remember,
Information.
all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more.
I am not a number. I am a free man.
Thanks for taking the time to join me on my channel, Nigel's View on Things. How you doing? How you keeping? I hope everybody's safe and sound where you are. I need to bring something to your attention which I thought, well, I've caught on 2 cameras. Maybe I should stick my teeth back in. Not been too good. Still feeling a little bit under the weather. Still got the sniffles, coughs. You know how it is. That's just unfortunate. Let me just show you something. And I find this quite interesting. We're going to be looking at the cameras from HP Ren. And I'll leave the links to this in the description box down below. Nice and simple for everybody to find. I'd like to say thank you very much for turning up. Really, really appreciated. The world is absolutely crazy at this particular moment in time. I think you can agree. Can everybody hear me? Bobby Fop, if you want to contact me, it's trikenige@gmail.com. I'll leave the links to that in the description box down below. Then everybody can send me emails, even more than I've already got. But every picture is really, really appreciated. It's just taken me a long time to get through lots and lots of things, because unfortunately that's the way life is. So many different, never mind. Let me just show you what's been going on here. Black Mountain. Like I say, I'll leave the links to this in the description box down below. And if we click on here, you can see that we get 4 different cameras. We get colour. We get colour differential. Excuse me. We get monochrome. And we get monochrome differential. Colour differential and monochrome differential is basically infrared. That's what it is. As you can see, the colours look, the skies look wonderful. Lovely. Look at all those lovely chemtrails. And if you look in the background there, we can see scalar clouds. Nice. Absolutely wonderful. So we're looking at south here. We've got west over here. And you might be quite surprised what you can see in the background. What a pretty pattern. Yeah, I'm sure all that stuff in that air is really good for us to breathe. And at the bottom here, we can go backwards through time, which is really, really handy. So if we wanted to go back and see what happened, say, in the east this morning, we can click 9 till 12. And as this is live, it might take a little bit of time to load. But what I'm going to do is, if I pause it, as you can see there, that shouldn't really be there. You could argue that somebody climbed a very, very tall building, put their thumb on it and, left a fingerprint. I don't think so. What we're looking at, I believe, is a lens system in the sky. And like I've shown before, there are many different lens systems in the sky. Now it's, halfway loaded. 100 meg connection, and it, wonderful. Let's see if we can get it to play. And if you look here, you can see a reflection of a lens, because you've got the prism effect just here. So there is a multitude of lenses, and our sun looks right because down here, this is the traits that you get off LED lights, the blue light. If you're driving at night, you've seen those LED lights yourself, and they're very, very intensely bright. The interaction between the chemtrails and the chemtrail particulates just up here, there appears to be something just there. It might be a lens flare, but who actually knows? It's very hard to, without being there, I can't actually tell you. But you can see there is a projection of a lens system just here. Oh, isn't that nice? And yeah, it all just disappears. They're not trying to hide anything at all in the skies. Let's go backwards. And if we look at sunrise, so 6 until 9 in the morning, nice red, pink, blue, flashing, orangey, yellow, reddy sky. Yeah, totally normal. Our skies have definitely changed, as I think you could agree, over the past couple of years. Everything looks so normal. And we can see the projection of the lensing system just up here. Anybody that doesn't say there's technology in the sky, well, I've got to say, you've got to be absolutely nuts. We've still got this object here. Now, wouldn't it be great if we could actually look at that same object on a different camera? Maybe from a different direction, and we can, if we click over here and we look over to, I do believe it is the south. Let's have a look here. And look from 6 until 9 in the morning. And really, should the sky actually flash like that as the sun and the sun simulator come? Oh, the sun simulator doesn't exist, does it? No, it's well, it really shouldn't be flashing like that. Our eyes couldn't actually pick that up, and that is one of the great things about digital cameras. We actually get to see things that we wouldn't be able to see with our own eyes. There seems to be a bit of interaction going on over here. I'm just going to take a lovely sup of coffee. And we've got this lens flare suddenly appearing just over here. Let's go backwards and let's have a look at 9 until 12 and see what occurs. The strange thing about this lens flare, it should be going the opposite direction to the light source, and here is our object. So we got two cameras with the same object. That just proves that it's not just a mark on the camera, it is actually there. Of course, that wouldn't be possible. Technology in our skies, not a chance. And you can see interaction just going on there. And if you look very, very carefully, you can see how the chemtrails go past, and what actually happens, they actually get lit up. So it makes it really, really hard to see anything in the background. Just like there, if you're underneath that, you wouldn't be able to see what's going on. And look at that line of water vapor just there. So if we actually move over to another camera, in fact, let me show you what I found this morning, which I find, yeah. This is what came up this morning on Black Mountain. Yet again, 360-degree panoramic camera. And if we go backwards, I believe it was this time, not really too sure, because I was using the other computer. Well, it's all good fun, isn't it? We're seeing things that shouldn't really exist on a camera, and that, yeah, is absolutely normal. And if you look very, very carefully, you can actually see this black dot spinning. You know, the CMOS sensor overload, of course it is. And as per usual, because I'm getting old, forgetful, senile, I've got dementia because of all the chemtrails, yeah. Aluminium and fiberglass particles really, really, you know, plays havoc with your mind. Any rate. Let's go backwards here. let me show you this camera just here, and we're going to be looking at Mount Laguna. HP Ren backbone, 360-degree view, and you can see all the information about it just there. If you want to go backwards in time, you can always, whatever you're looking at, look at the data just down here, and it goes by the dates, which is very, very handy. So we can actually go backwards and look very carefully. So if we're looking at this one, say for instance, we just want to look at the picture, we just click on the button and we can go back and look at exactly the same picture in color differential. Near infrared, that's basically what we're looking at. Unfortunately, we can't get go backwards with these pictures. It's just an impossibility. Now let me remember. I do believe it was, we need to go backwards to the 14th. So what you do, you click data, you go all the way to the bottom just down here, and as you can see, each day is marked out. And we want the 14th. We want to click on MP4. Mind you, you can click on any of these just down here, but MP4, I know exactly what I'm looking for, he says apprehensively, and I do believe it's Q4. I'm sure I'm going to get this totally wrong. Now we seem to have an object just there. Let me go backwards. It seems to disappear. I'm not rightly too sure what we're looking at here. You can see there's some sort of interaction going on. This object, I'm not rightly too sure, but also there's another object just down here. And we can see a lens or interaction of a lens just here. But I need you to pay attention to the sky, the chemtrails in the background here, because it is quite interesting. So we've got this lens just here, and you can see all the different colours. Very, very interesting. Now I would like any of you that wish to troll me, tell me what we're looking at here, because I'm sure it's a very, very big, large fingerprint. It's, yet again, something that we shouldn't see. Look at the chemtrails in the background. Oh, sorry, water vapour. They couldn't be chemtrails now, could they? Clear, absolutely clear, 100% plasma. Well, not plasma. What am I talking about? That'll be in the next one in a minute. We can see there's a prism effect going on there, and this is a great big lens. They don't want us to see things in the sky, that is for sure. Look at the chemtrails. Look out there. It looks like a river in our sky, upside down. Right, let me very quickly go into the chat and open a window here so I can see everybody. Say hello, and just bear with me 2 seconds. The age of technology, isn't it great? It's absolutely wonderful. And here we go. Let me very quickly go into the chat. Well, good evening everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon. Martha Duncan, Final Days, excellent channel. Yeah, everybody that gives information is a very, very good channel. The trouble is, people give what they think is information. Well, who is right and who is wrong? I'm just saying. King Tin, nice to see you. Blue Star 72, Driving the Road of Sheep's Unknown Knowledge. Spanish Chicken. Shane Conway. Tracy. All right, Danny. There you go, Tracy. I hope everything's all right. All right, Treacle, how you doing? Right. Crow777 has filmed the lunar wave. And yeah, there are a few people that have actually filmed the lunar wave. And I've got a theory, because if you watch my last live stream, I was showing you about the technology that I caught in front of the moon, and it seems to be spinning, and I believe that's what's actually causing the lunar wave. Recovery Passwords, how are you doing? Right, Amy Pardo, hey, from Indiana. Shane Conway, look for wild, misleading speculation, hallmark of all psychops. Well, there is a great big delay actually on what I'm looking at here, because I'm talking and yeah. What's my mouse moving about? Never mind. Polar Bear states there is a Jupiter wave also fakes. Yeah, I would imagine so. That is at all possible. We don't know anything about space. Most people think space is fake. There I am talking about objects coming in from space, but people do believe that space is fake. Morris Mann, don't believe in the planets. Unfortunately, we're in trouble. Shikana B, hello. Dwayne Pother, how you doing? Jake Lazar, how are you, young man? Just because no one else is saying it doesn't mean someone saying something different is automatically wrong. This is 100%. Nobody actually knows what is going to happen. Nobody, see, the technology they've got in place, for me, they're really going out on a limb, and it really does work. At any rate, let's get back into the video, and let me just show you some bits and pieces. So on the HP Ren site, as we've just seen a lens system up in the sky. We're going to be looking at Otay mounting 360-degree view. Actually, if we look at this one first, I made a video quite some time ago, and when I was making the video about HP Ren, I was showing that colour images and black and white images actually show two different things. In the colour images, you didn't get to see some of the chemtrails that were being put up in the sky. I mean water vapour from planes. But then, on the black and white images, we actually did get to see something. So what I'm going to do is show you something that's in colour, and then I'm going to show you something that's in black and white. So let's have a look in colour. I do believe it's this one. Yeah, again, the sky is flashing strange colours. We've got green, we've got orange, we've got yellow, we've got a blue off the sun simulator. There's me talking about my chest, and I'm lighting another cigarette. And I do love the internet connection. Like I say, 100 meg. And we're getting absolutely rubbish connection. A lesson learned: preload all your videos before you actually do a live stream. So as you can see, the sun and the sun simulator are coming through the sky. But there is nothing really there to see. Let's have a look at 9 till 12. And as you can see, we've got that strange lens flare there. And just up here, we can see a lens. Chemtrail particulates in the background. And you get to see a little bit of flashing going on underneath that object we call our sun. And sun simulator, you can see there's a clear definition of two lines here. And here comes the interaction. But you don't actually really in that get to see anything at all. Let's have a look just a little bit further on from 12 until 3 in the afternoon. So we've still got this object here which happens to be a lens in the sky. Like I say, there are many different lens systems and they're doing a very, very good job at hiding things without actually the technology of digital cameras. We wouldn't get a chance to see anything at all. When we get this streaking just down here, this just proves to me that there is a lens system. Then you get the interaction between the chemtrails in there and up here, and it all, yeah, anyways. What we're going to do is have a look at exactly the same clip in black and white. From 6 until 9 in the morning, and we actually get to see something totally different. So one thing I've actually noticed is in black and white we get to see a lot more than what we do in colour, which I find quite strange. The difference between colour and black and white is not a great deal. But it's really just enough to give us some, well, it lets the cat out of the bag, to say the least. We get this object here, and I'm sure this is a lens flare. Like I said before, this lens flare doesn't act in a natural way like a lens flare does. It looks like a projected image. A lens flare will move the opposite direction to the light source, whereas this moves with the light source, which I find quite strange. Now if we go until from 9 until 12, very, very strange sort of effect going on here. And what is this we're looking at just here? I mean, being truthful, what other way to explain than plasma? The thing is, what a lot of people could say, it's a spider's web. But if you could actually verify this on another camera, that would be really, really good. So let's go further forwards from 12 until 3. So you're looking at something that's dancing about. Is it technology or is it a plasma event? As you can see, it's, well, it's something that really shouldn't be on camera. Is this why PG&E, well, yeah, is this why we're having problems with our power lines? And if you look at the sky, look how it's banded. It really shouldn't be banded like that. It looks like it's being projected. And let's just go further forwards from 3 until 6 and see what happens. And you can see how all this sort of like joins up and you've got no chance of seeing anything in the background at all. And this strange, well, we're going to call it a projected image because that's exactly what I think it is, just vanishes. So like I'm saying, if we could actually look at another camera and verify what we've just seen, that would be extremely good. We're going to look at Otay Mountain. All the information is just up here. It's at 3,565 feet, so it is quite a way up. Let's have a look at let's make sure we get the right one. We're looking at from 6 in the morning until 9 in the morning. And as you can see, the sky is fluctuating, and that really shouldn't happen. Just over here we happen to have something moving over to the left hand side. Very hard to see in the background, and we've got these two objects just here. But also in the black and white one here, we've got another object just down here. Let's go further forwards, look at 9 until 12. Now the chemtrails start to separate and we get to see, oh look, on another camera we get to see exactly the same thing. So what is it we're actually looking at? On the colour version we don't really get to see it, but in black and white it is, yeah. Is it actually plasma that we're looking at? Because something seems to be dancing about. I think you can definitely agree. That really shouldn't happen at all. I really don't have an answer to what we're actually looking at. We're going to look at from 12 until 3. Let me just pause that up for 2 seconds so it loads a little bit faster and we don't get that black ring spinning. So what is this object? Is this technology being projected backwards onto the lens of the camera, or is this actually causing fires? Is this a Jew weapon? I have no answers for you. The only way I can describe what I'm looking at is a plasma event. Whether that's right or not, I'm not really too sure, but it's certainly something we shouldn't be looking at all. Not on camera, that's for sure. And yes, those black things flying about are birds, as you can see. Anyway, I need to take you over to this, and I'll leave the links to this in the description box yet again. Let me just have a quick drink of a coffee. This is talking about insurance, and I think it's quite interesting because a lot of insurance companies are losing a lot of money. All the information that you need, and you can read for yourself. I'm not going to go through it because my voice is going to go any minute now. But we're talking about a large number, 3.3 billion, 2.9 billion and 1.9 billion. And they're talking about what is going to happen and what is happening. But there is great information here. Recommendations to mitigate against hurricane damage might include installing a backup power generator, inspecting and securing rooftops, bracing doors, covering windows, storing valuables and strapping down movable items, and it goes on and on. I really do think it is very, very valuable information, and it tells you really how much the insurance companies are losing because of what is going on. Definitely a good read. I actually highly recommend it. I need to take you over to a channel that I was watching a minute ago. Let me see if I can find it. And let's just open this up. Wow, where did that come from? Really? Okay. Don't you love live? I'm not going to play this video, but I do highly recommend that you go over and watch it, because I was watching it about 10 minutes before we actually went live, and it is very, very interesting exactly what he's saying, because he actually lives in California, and PG&E or whoever it is cut his power off, and they actually sent him some verification or notification, should I say, on his mobile phone. And he's actually talking about how quickly everything went down, and if he wanted to buy a generator, everybody and his brother had bought them and there was none left. How the mobile networks went down, and the only means of communication was using ham radio. Any rate, let me just go back into the chats. So there you go. This is really going to be, I'm just going to wrap it up here because my throat is going to give out, and unfortunately. I think we can all agree that there is something majorly happening in this world. Even if you don't believe in the planets, you need to look around and see that there is something majorly wrong with our weather. And what would actually be causing that, I wonder? Well, you could say that it's global climate change. And yes, global climate change is extremely real without a shadow of a doubt. But the reasons behind that in itself doesn't make any sense, because there is a point that, at any rate, I'd like to thank everybody for taking the time to join me on this live stream, and I'd like to thank all my moderators, and I would like to thank everybody for supporting the channel. I'm not after money, I'm just after you passing the word and sharing my work, and that would be really, really good. At any rate, I'm going to go now. So many people saying some very, very strange things, and I think we're going to find out very, very shortly that there is something not quite right. And who is right and who is wrong, it makes no difference. There is something 100% coming. Jobbitcoin, you're absolutely welcome. Jake Lazar, perception is the key. Snotty Click, oh, I'll stop. Snotty Dick Nose, how you doing? Christopher War, Amy Padro, Mark Anthony, Mick Olson, Bunny in the Hisey, yeah. Well, like I say, thank you very much for all coming. Really, really appreciate it. Like I said, I've shown you something that really shouldn't exist on the cameras. Go over, have a look for yourselves. There is much to be seen, and it's your interpretation of what we're looking at. It's just fingerprints, it's just faulty cameras. There couldn't be anything wrong. Our governments would have told us now, wouldn't they? All the cameras in the world are faulty, and everything we're looking at is just water vapour. That's the only way it can be. Water vapour. For me, what we're looking at here just really does prove that what they're spraying in the sky is definitely not water vapour. At any rate, much love, much peace to each and every one of you. Take care. Don't be worried about tomorrow, because tomorrow may never come. Just enjoy each day as it is. If you wake up, it's a bonus. Just prepare for those rainy days. You never know what's around the corner. Many people will tell you many different things. Many people are doing it just to make money. But hey, take care. Thanks for your time. Catch you next time.